Pessoal, tô aqui com a Pilar da Nintendo para falar um pouquinho sobre o lançamento de Switch 2 e falar um pouquinho aí sobre as novidades, não só do Switch 2, mas que a Nintendo trouxe para o Brasil neste evento que rolou aqui de revelação do console. Pilar, first of all, thank you so much for this interview, for this opportunity to speak a little bit about Switch and Nintendo products in Brazil for this year. And I'm going to ask the question that probably is on everybody's mind right now. Nintendo Switch release in Brazil. What can you tell about us?
Of course.
What can we expect? Is it going to be this year?
course.
Is it going to be next year?
Well, first of all, I'm going to start with thank you so much for being here with us in this premiere of the Nintendo Switch 2 system that Nintendo is announcing today. They are giving more details and the features about which is the value proposition of this system. And then I'm going to answer your questions related to the availability of the system in Brazil. I can confirm you that we are working hard and our intent is to release Nintendo Switch 2 in Brazil at the same time that in the US market.
Okay.
So this morning from the Nintendo Direct, we learned that the release of the Nintendo Switch 2 will be June 5th. Our intent is to bring the system to Brazil on June 5th. So for now, let's say that this is the Nintendo Latin America intentions for the release in the country. If something change, we are going to announce you and we are going to announce to the consumers via our social channels. But we are very excited to say that our intention and our work is now on that goal. So we will let you know.
Awesome. And what about the price? Is the price already decided? How much the console will cost? What do you think are going to be the main factors to decide what price will be?
The price in the Latin American region, as you know, is multifactorial. So they are considering different factors that give us the final price. The final price, suggested price for Brazil, is still not confirmed. So as soon as we get the information, we are going to provide more details. But of course, Nintendo is working on trying to find a price point that is affordable for the consumer. So as soon as we have information about the price in the Brazilian market, we are going to inform you as well.
Awesome. Speaking a little bit about the dynamics of the Brazilian market, whenever we have a new iteration of a console that's releasing, we have the market movement is that the current but soon to be past generation of consoles, the price goes down. Is there any expectation from Nintendo about Switch 1 getting even more popular? Do you expect that it will have being cheaper, it will have it become more popular in the country? And are there any plans to make the Switch 1 price cheaper?
Well, the Nintendo Switch price point in Brazil is available for any kind of player. And of course, we are working and we are still working. And we showed just 1 week ago, Nintendo released a Nintendo Direct for the upcoming titles coming for the Nintendo Switch system. We don't have anything to confirm related to a possible price point, but for now, the price that we are seeing for the Nintendo Switch in Brazil is competitive and it's affordable for the consumers.
Awesome. I'd like to speak a little bit about localization because we had some exciting news and very unprecedented news regarding localization for Brazilian Portuguese,
excited.
Which is having Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, both first Legend of Zelda titles in Switch, having Brazilian Portuguese localization via an update. And I'd like to ask, especially since this was the first time that we've seen Nintendo do something like that, updating a title that has already been released, especially a title that is now over 8 years old in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So why did Nintendo decide to localize these games, even though they were already released, since this is not something that Nintendo normally does?
Well, I'm going to start with the localization. Nintendo confirmed a few years ago, since we started to be more present in events like Brazil Game Show, that the commitment from the company was bringing more games localized in Brazilian Portuguese. And bringing this amount of games, for example, the games that we announced today from first party, a lot of them are going to be localized in Brazilian Portuguese. So the localization to the games, to the Brazilian Portuguese, is a way to say thank you to the fans for their passion, for their love for the Nintendo brands, for their enthusiasm every time that we are announcing the localization of a game. And the release of this upcoming free software update for the Nintendo Switch system, for adding the localization in Brazilian Portuguese to the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is just a way to say thank you. It's a way to say we hear you, and this is something that we are offering for showing your passion. We know Brazil is it's full of Zelda fans, and we know how big that announcement will be, and we are very, very happy, excited, but also very grateful for the positive reception that we had with that announcement. But talking about the games for the Nintendo Switch 2, some of the games that Nintendo announced in the Nintendo Direct this morning, for example, Mario Kart World or Donkey Kong Bonanza, both of them are confirmed to be localized in Brazilian Portuguese. So we are seeing more and more games, and this is just a way to show the commitment. And it is a way to show the commitment that we did with the Brazilian consumers a few years ago, telling you we are working for bringing more games localized in Brazilian Portuguese. So Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, it's going to be localized in both versions of the Nintendo Switch or the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. And now we are having The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, both in the versions for the Nintendo Switch and for the Nintendo Switch 2, with the option of playable language with Brazilian Portuguese. So very excited.
For quite some time now, we've been having Nintendo titles localized in Portuguese. We had Super Mario Wonder, we had Legends of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. For more recent titles, it has become a pattern to expect that it will be localized. And now we're having these two older titles that are now being localized via an update. Was that you said it was a manner of thanking the players, the community. And do you think that this will be sort of a one-off thing, or can we expect, is there an intent to localize other older games that were already released on Nintendo Switch?
This is information that I don't have nothing to share about, but I'm sure that if Nintendo will release another option for existing games for Nintendo Switch, we will make that announcement. But for now, I don't have anything to share about that.
Perfect. Thank you so much for this interview.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.